Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to this edition of Tabloid Tarot, where we unveil celebrity news stories that might hit the tabloids next and dig into old scandals that still cause a stir. In today's Tabloid Tarot, we're taking a peek at a famous actor who some consider to be persona non grata, living so much on the edge that his health might be at risk. We are throwing Johnny Depp's health and career into the spotlight to be Tabloid Tarot. So let's see what sensational headline we have for Johnny. Conceal with these band-aids. Peace. The rhinoceros force stronghold barriers. Rejection. And care, parenthood, patron, and support. So this to me is kind of feeling like more either family or some type of paid for care and support. With this conceal and rejection, it kind of indicates, rejection either by fans, Hollywood, potential love interests, and really not wanting others to see the damage, or certain people not to see the damage. And especially with this forced stronghold barriers, this rhinoceros, it's a sense of like really being stubborn. And it's interesting with this peace card right here, because to me, for whatever reason, this is kind of making me think spirituality, but also like some kind of some type of peace that is obtained. Actually, it's making me think of like AA, and I believe AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, has some kind of like religious backgrounds, or most of them, as far as I know, have kind of this concept of trying to heal the past, kind of make up for wrongdoings in the past. So to some degree, it could be that Johnny is going through, especially with this care, this support, and conceal and peace. It's almost as if he's going into some like private addiction, like a private addiction home or counseling, something along those lines. Or maybe even like his sister is really helping him to deal with stuff. But it does kind of indicate that this is going to be pretty, go pretty deep with this rhinoceros and the conceal. And even this care, it's almost like this child isn't necessarily his child, but like an inner child aspect, maybe dealing with some really deep-rooted issues. So let's get into the juicy details of this story. I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards for this spread here. I'll go through what it all means once I lay these all out. Okay. So the influencing energy at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. So feeling like imprisoned or feeling like restricted. So that would fit with kind of being in some type of like recovery facility. But let's see what we have here. So his current attitude, we have the Hangman. That's definitely a card of like sacrifice, restriction, needing to get a different perspective. At the heart of the matter, we have the Six of Swords. So really needing support, that care, and that concept of peace, to moving towards peace, but really needing support along the way there. The underlying hope or fear, we have the Two of Swords here. It's the sense of stalemate, and it's interesting. You've got this conceal card here with the two bandages. So it's almost like the deep-rooted issue has to do with like not wanting to face some fears. So here we have the past, present, and future. Here we have his health. Here we have the career. So with the past in terms of his health, maybe trying to like walk away from substances. That's not really it, because the 8 comes after the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is about like fantasies, illusions, and the Moon is also about illusions, which is kind of where he is in the present. It also could be dealing with just his general health system, the health system in general, like his lymphatic system. And then with the Page of Wands here being the future, it does seem like there is going to be some type of like some type of energy being regained, or some type of positive aspect to his health journey. With his career, the past, we have here the Hierophant. To me, this is like a sense of kind of just almost like an outcast. This has to do with tradition, sticking to like certain rules, kind of being included in an organization. So maybe in the past this is like him kind of being at the top. Doesn't really feel like that. I'm going to do some clarifications. In the present, we have the 8 of Wands. Is usually kind of moving forward. So maybe there's some like behind the scenes discussions. And in the future, we have the Knight of Wands. So it's definitely kind of more of his energy is being put into his career instead of his health. You know, the Hierophant here rules institutions. It's also making me think of the fact that there's like a writer's strike going on. And just in general, like how business and business is structured, how connections are structured in Hollywood. I wouldn't know anything about it, but it's almost like there's like certain gatekeepers and certain people that are in the know, out of the know. But in terms of what's next for Johnny in terms of his health, we have the Temperance card. So similar to the Hangman, it's a sense of him needing patience, not really moving too fast. Actually, it's also making me think of his ankle injury, because in the Hangman, the person is kind of like, even here, they're hanging by their ankle. And Temperance is about having balance and also about healing. So it could be that he's going to be like really focused on, and also mixing of these two liquids together. So to me, Temperance is very interesting as well, because this card sits between the Death card and the Devil card. So he's really going to need to focus on what will keep him not going to extremes, not bouncing to one extreme or the other, but really kind of finding moderation. When it comes to what's next in his career, we have this 5 of Wands, which kind of suggests conflict. Things aren't really going to go super smoothly, it seems. So let's clarify some cards here. See, for the Hangman, for his current attitude, we have here the Queen of Cups. So I get the sense that there is some type of care, support right now, trying to get him to slow down, try to put himself in a different position to get a better perspective of things. See about the Six of Swords for the heart of the matter. We have here the Tower. So it seems like Johnny has had a lot of chaos, controversy, and just his life as he knew it is kind of showing the cracks crumbling around him. See about the Two of Swords for underlying hopes and fears. We have the Three of Swords. So his fear is kind of just like all his like pains, sufferings, rejections, kind of just, it's almost like almost any which way he goes, he's kind of stuck until he actually deals with that, past disappointment, hurt. And it could be that he's like resisting it, but there is someone that needs to like really show him compassion and teach him how to like take care of himself to a certain degree. So let's take a look at the Eight of Cups when it comes to his past. When in the health, we have the Seven of Cups. So again, that concept of like there's these illusions and like kind of like self-deception, substances, this even it makes me think of, and possibly trying to move away from them. Let's see about the Moon for his present energy when it comes to health. Two of Pentacles. So is he still trying to figure out a good sense of balance, which is this Temperance card over here, but it's like he's trying to make a decision about like, I don't know, work-life balance. He's not doing a lot of work, it would seem, but he does have those like concerts that are scheduled if he makes it, and kind of just really, it's almost like the decisions or indecisions that he's dealing with are being prompted or influenced by fear of rejection even. So let's see about this Page of Wands in the future when it comes to his health. We have the Page of Cups, 2 pages. Well, if maybe there is a baby in Johnny's future, you never know. But to me, it's like he is possibly, going to, if he's successful in kind of figuring out this, or even unsuccessful in figuring out like a sense of balance and moderation, it seems like he's going to be drawn to that kind of fun, celebratory, adventurous energy. And it could be that there will be almost like feeling like rejuvenated to some degree. So let's get over here with this Hierophant in the past when it comes to Johnny's career. We have here the Lovers. So some big decisions are being made when it comes to like, I feel like this has to do with in-groups, out-groups, people in the know, people who want to, like, who have helped Johnny in the past and want to help Johnny in the future or don't. In terms of the present, we have 8 of Wands, like he's still just going for it, trying to move towards like some action happening. We have here Chariot, which is, forward movement. Like he's trying to like really ignore the drama or the criticisms or things going on around him that are not favorable. Might be difficult, but he does have this Knight of Wands in the future, which it's like all his energy is going into like his career, creativity. We have here the Two of Cups. Perhaps there is someone he wants to work with, someone he gets the opportunity to make a new project with. Maybe it's has to do with movie, maybe it has to do with acting talent, but we'll do this first. We'll do this the near future when it comes to his career. 5 of Wands kind of seems like all over the place. And the Hermit. So it seems like even though he is really wanting to move forward and make something happen, it seems like he's kind of on his own little journey, and there's not a lot of collaboration to get him to be back in the limelight. So let's see about this Temperance card when it has to do with what's next for Johnny's health. We have here Strength. So he's really going to have to focus on his, like, a sense of balancing internally. Like, he's got internal struggles, it seems. He needs to kind of negotiate, like, those internal struggles. And also, it's kind of this card here. Strength card has to do with heart as well. Heart can also be spine, but we also have here the Temperance card, which is for, like, Sagittarius, and that could have to do with more like, I feel like this has to do with his balance, even though I think it has to do with internal balance, but also a balance when it comes to his ankle or his foot. And this could be strength when it comes to his ankle or foot, but for these two together, it is more like his health issues are stemming from the fact that he's, like, internally struggling against himself, and to some degree needs to slow his roll down a little bit to kind of be in a better place. But thanks for watching this edition of Tabloid Tarot. We'll see you next time. Take care.